Nestled along the shores of the Tyrrhenian Sea in Italy, Cumae Archaeological Park is a place of great historical significance. It is believed to be the site of the oldest ancient Greek colony on the Italian mainland, founded in the 8th century BCE. With its ruins, temples, and ancient structures, Cumae Archaeological Park has long drawn tourists, history buffs, and archaeologists alike. But amidst the ancient stones and relics lies a ghostly tale that has intrigued visitors for generations. The story begins with a young archaeologist named Alessandro, who had always been fascinated by ancient civilizations and their mysteries. He had been eagerly anticipating his visit to Cumae Archaeological Park, hoping to uncover new insights into the lives of the ancient Greeks who once inhabited the area. Little did he know that he would also encounter a ghostly presence that would challenge his beliefs and shake him to his core. Alessandro arrived at Cumae Archaeological Park with a sense of awe as he beheld the ancient ruins and structures that stood as a testament to the glory of the past. He eagerly delved into his work, meticulously excavating and studying the artifacts and structures, trying to piece together the puzzle of the ancient Greek colony. But as the days passed, he began to notice strange occurrences that he couldn't explain. One evening, as Alessandro was working late in the park, he heard faint whispers echoing through the ruins. At first, he dismissed them as his imagination playing tricks on him, but the whispers persisted, growing louder and more distinct. He followed the sound, which seemed to lead him deeper into the park, until he came upon an ancient temple that had long been abandoned. As Alessandro approached the temple, he felt a sudden drop in temperature, and the air around him seemed to thicken. He hesitated for a moment, but was overcome by a sense of curiosity and ventured inside. The interior was dimly lit, and the atmosphere was heavy with an otherworldly presence. Alessandro felt a chilling sensation as he looked around the temple, and his heart skipped a beat when he saw a figure standing in the shadows. It was a young woman dressed in ancient Greek attire, with a sorrowful expression on her face. She appeared translucent, and Alessandro realized he was in the presence of a ghost. The ghostly woman introduced herself as Lydia, and she revealed that she had been a priestess in the ancient Greek colony of Cumae. She told Alessandro a tragic tale of betrayal and untimely death. She had been accused of practicing forbidden rituals and was sentenced to death by the very people she had served. Lydia's spirit had been restless ever since, unable to find peace in the afterlife. Alessandro was both fascinated and terrified by Lydia's story. He was a man of science, and the existence of ghosts challenged his rational beliefs. Yet, Lydia's presence was undeniable, and he couldn't ignore her plea for help. He resolved to uncover the truth behind Lydia's story and help her find the closure she needed to move on. Alessandro delved deep into the history of Cumae, scouring ancient texts, records, and archives. He uncovered evidence that corroborated Lydia's story, revealing that she had been falsely accused and unjustly sentenced to death. He also learned that her body had never been properly laid to rest, and her spirit had been trapped in the temple for centuries, seeking justice and redemption. With newfound determination, Alessandro enlisted the help of fellow archaeologists, historians, and paranormal experts to investigate the temple and find a way to release Lydia's spirit. They conducted thorough research, performed rituals, and communicated with Lydia's ghost through various means, including EVP, electronic voice phenomenon, recordings, and spirit box sessions. Despite initial skepticism from some of his colleagues, Alessandro remained resolute in his pursuit of the truth. As the investigation progressed, strange occurrences became more frequent in the temple. Lights flickered inexplicably, and eerie whispers echoed through the halls. Some members of the team reported seeing fleeting glimpses of a ghostly figure dressed in ancient Greek robes, believed to be Lydia herself. The temperature inside the temple fluctuated wildly, and a sense of foreboding hung heavy in the air. Alessandro and his team conducted thorough excavations around the temple, unearthing more evidence that supported Lydia's story. They discovered ancient scrolls that detailed Lydia's role as a respected priestess in Cumae, as well as the false accusations that led to her unjust death. The scrolls also revealed the names of those responsible for her demise, including a powerful politician who had orchestrated her execution to further his own agenda. Armed with this newfound knowledge, Alessandro and his team delved deeper into their investigation, determined to seek justice for Lydia. They conducted extensive research on ancient rituals and ceremonies, seeking a way to release Lydia's spirit and grant her the closure she desperately needed. One stormy night, Alessandro and his team gathered at the temple, ready to perform a carefully planned ritual to help Lydia's spirit move on. They lit candles, burned incense, and chanted ancient invocations, creating a reverent atmosphere within the temple. As they performed the ritual, they could feel the energy in the air shift, and the temperature dropped drastically. Suddenly, Lydia's ghost appeared before them, her spectral form glowing with an ethereal light. She spoke to Alessandro and his team, expressing her gratitude for their efforts and revealing the truth behind her unjust death. With tears in her eyes, Lydia forgave those who had wronged her, and her spirit finally found peace. As Lydia's spirit dissipated into the air, the temple was filled with a serene calmness, and the team felt a profound sense of closure. Alessandro knew that he had witnessed something truly extraordinary, an experience that would forever change his perspective on the paranormal and the mysteries of the ancient world. In the days that followed, word of Lydia's story and the events at Cumae Archaeological Park spread far and wide. Scholars and enthusiasts from around the world flocked to the site, eager to learn more about the ghostly priestess and the ancient Greek colony of Cumae. The temple where Lydia's spirit had been trapped for centuries was now regarded as a place of reverence, and visitors reported feeling a sense of peace and tranquility when they entered its hallowed grounds. Alessandro continued his archaeological work at Cumae, but he also became an advocate for preserving the site's paranormal heritage. He worked with local authorities to ensure that the temple and its surrounding area were protected and respected, and he dedicated himself to further research on the history and mysteries of Cumae Archaeological Park. To this day, visitors to Cumae Archaeological Park claim to have experienced inexplicable phenomena in and around the temple. Some report hearing faint whispers or feeling a cold presence, while others claim to have seen a ghostly figure in ancient Greek robes, believed to be Lydia's spirit still watching over the site. The story of the ghost of Cumae continues to captivate and intrigue those who visit this ancient archaeological park, reminding them that history and the supernatural can intertwine in ways that defy explanation. As the news of Lydia's story and the paranormal events at Cumae Archaeological Park spread, the site gained international attention. Scholars, historians, and paranormal enthusiasts from around the world flocked to the park, eager to investigate and experience the ghostly phenomena for themselves. A team of renowned paranormal investigators arrived at Cumae, armed with state-of-the-art equipment and a curiosity to uncover the truth behind the haunting. They set up cameras, audio recorders, and electromagnetic field detectors in and around the temple, hoping to capture any evidence of Lydia's spirit. As the investigation commenced, the team experienced a series of unexplainable events. Equipment malfunctioned, batteries drained inexplicably, and EVP, electronic voice phenomenon. Recordings captured faint whispers in ancient Greek, seemingly responding to the investigators' questions. Some team members reported feeling a strong presence, as if being watched or followed, while others claimed to have seen shadowy figures moving in the corners of their vision. One night, during a particularly intense investigation, the team decided to perform a séance inside the temple, hoping to establish direct communication with Lydia's spirit. They formed a circle, held hands, and began to call out to her. At first, there was silence, but then a cold gust of wind swept through the temple, making the candles flicker wildly. The temperature dropped dramatically, and the team felt a palpable shift in the energy around them. Suddenly, the candles extinguished, plunging the temple into darkness. The investigators were startled as they heard footsteps echoing through the temple, even though there was no one else present. They felt a sense of unease and heard disembodied voices whispering in their ears. Some team members reported feeling touched or grabbed by an unseen force, while others felt a heavy pressure on their chests, making it hard to breathe. Despite the eerie encounters, the investigators were determined to continue their quest for answers. They persisted with their investigations, using various techniques such as EVP sessions, spirit box communication, and even employing a psychic medium to establish a connection with Lydia's spirit. Over time, the investigators uncovered more information about Lydia's life and the circumstances of her death. They found historical records that corroborated Lydia's story, including accounts of the political intrigue and corruption that led to her execution. The evidence they collected pointed towards Lydia's spirit being trapped in the temple, unable to move on due to the injustice she suffered. Moved by Lydia's story and the experiences they had at Kumai Archaeological Park, the investigators decided to hold a memorial ceremony in her honor. They performed a ritual to help guide Lydia's spirit to the other side, seeking to bring her the peace and closure she deserved. As they concluded the ceremony, they felt a sense of calmness and serenity descend upon the temple, as if Lydia's spirit had finally found peace and moved on. In the years that followed, the paranormal activity at Kumai Archaeological Park diminished significantly. However, visitors still report occasional encounters with the unexplained, such as hearing faint whispers, feeling sudden temperature drops, or sensing a presence near the temple. Lydia's story and the mysteries of Kumai continue to intrigue and fascinate those who visit, leaving them with a sense of wonder and awe for the inexplicable and the supernatural. The story of Lydia's ghost in Kumai Archaeological Park has become a legend, passed down through generations. It has become a topic of research and discussion among paranormal enthusiasts and historians alike, shedding light on the rich history and enigmatic aspects of this ancient site in Italy. Kumai Archaeological Park remains a place where the lines between the past and the present, the tangible and the intangible, and the natural and the supernatural blur,